Alright guys, welcome back to another CS2 inventory video. This time we're looking at a loadout that I actually built like last week with the plan of it being for like CSGO, but it looks incredible in CS2 and the price hasn't changed that much at all. So we're going to jump right into it. It is about $360 in total. The knife and glove combo is $280 that, so the skins itself, or the skins themselves, are actually about $80 and they look absolutely insane. So hit the like button if you enjoy it, hit the subscribe button if you're around here. We're not going to be in a server inspecting once again, we're going to do it in CS2 because that's what you guys wanted to see. Obviously the new game's here, we're buying skins for CS2 and let's get right into it. I'm going to start with the gloves and then the knife. First up, we have the hand wraps overprint. So these are battle scarred. They're not 0.73 battle scar floats. So obviously, you could try and get a better battle scar float. You might have a little bit of overpay. So if you can get a good deal, you're not overpaying for a better float, by all means do that. But battle scarred hand wraps in CS2 look really good because the wear isn't as high and it's really just a color that gets washed out of them, which makes this for $131 for a pair of gloves really attractive. Now, a knife combo I do really like for this is the Huntsman Brightwater. The Huntsman's got their handle fixed in CS2, so it looks a little bit better rather than just the awful black mess that it was before, where it had like no texture to it at all. And obviously this is a higher float min wear. This is a 0.14 float min wear, so you will be able to get a lower float minimum wear without much overpay for the Brightwaters, and you'll get rid of some of those little marks there. But honestly, I think the Brightwaters in general look really nice in CS2, especially for like the budget friendly knives that we're discussing. Now for a Glock, we have a skin that is doubled in price, and when I say doubled, it's gone from like 20p to like 50p. Or sorry, yeah, 50 cents, sorry, not 50p. We're in dollars, come on, I need to remember that. But basically, it adds this nice sort of almost like glitter effect to the Bunsen burner now, which is something that I think it's the Twilight Galaxy has that, and it's like $200. The Bunsen burner looks better than it, and it's 50 cents. So yeah, this is the Glock you're running with. And then the USP is going to be the Guardian. People have been saying that they love the Guardian in CS2 compared to CSGO. It's still one of those skins that I'm not like crazy about, but the Monster Mashup is just a little bit too expensive. However, if you were feeling the upgrade, you can get a field tested one for about basically $16. So this field tested one is 0.24 float, and honestly it looks crazy good for $16 rather than $4. If you want the upgrade, I would say go Monster Mashup. Desert Eagle, I'm going to suggest you go minimal wear and go for the Sputnik. This is under $1, which for what you're doing here for minimal wear is super nice. Again, this is kind of the best option because you end up having to spend like $15, $20 if you want something higher, which obviously just drastically increases the budget. So I think this is a really nice, like, budget-friendly option you can go for to start the inventory. And then we have the P250 Ripple in minimal wear for 13 cents. This is a sort of middle of the range minimal wear float, and honestly it has more scuffs on it than it does in CSGO, which is a shame. However, the brightness and the shine on it is increased in CS2, so I think for the fact that you're paying like literally 13 cents for this, it's an absolute dub for a blue inventory. And then for the 5.7, rather than going for the monkey business, I'm going to go for the foil play. Now this is a minimal wear here, but it's right on the cusp. It's like 0.14999, so this is like borderline field tested, and you can still see that it looks fantastic. I was expecting a little bit more shine on the top, but across the board I still like this for a blue inventory. The Avalanche continues to be super nice. It's $1.65 for minimal wear. Again, not much of an upgrade in CS2. It does just look a bit brighter, a bit nicer, but I mean, that's as long as it's not getting worse, that's the main thing. And then the AK of choice is going to be a frontside Misty in minimal wear. I was looking at a few different options here of how we could have gone for the blue, and overall I think frontside Misty is definitely the play. That light blue really shines out. Obviously you've got a little bit of contrast of black and white as well. This is a 0.10 float, and you can see a little bit of wear sort of coming up on it, but it's still a minor in the grand scheme of things. Overall, really nice AK to have. And then for about $18, you can go and get an M4A1S Nightmare, which for me, it looks incredible in CSGO and in CS2. I've picked one up a few times in-game already, and also it just looks super clean in the bright light in-game, and it is one of the best A1Ss that exists in general. A4, I am going to shift towards the Spider Lily, which has a little bit of red throughout it, and obviously some sort of like blacks and greys, but overall, the shine that comes off in the blue there, you can see it here, for a skin that's under $4, and obviously this is because you can equip both an A4 and an A1S now in your loadout, and I think you're recommended to do that now, so you want to have an option for both, and this is a really nice budget-friendly option. Now, I can't lie, for the AWP, I've gone for something a little bit different. When you're looking at blue AWPs, you've kind of got Man of War or you've got the Corsair. I'll be real, both of them are a little bit lackluster. They're not my favourite AWPs, but I do like a Fever Dream, and obviously it's black base with pink and blue. So there is, blue is like the secondary colour on it. Obviously, black is the main colour here, pink and blue are the secondaries. But I think we can count it in here for the blue. It's about $8 in minimal wear. I think as a starting up, and then you go long-term upgrade into a Hyper Beast or something like that is the plan. And then for the Scout, we're going to have the Abyss, and believe it or not, this is minimal wear. In CSGO, the minimal wear in Factory News had a super dark blue on it, but in general in CS2, it's much more of a bright blue, even at like Factory New and min wear. And obviously the big thing with this is when it goes battle scarred in CSGO, it would go white, and it's like obviously it starts that phase so much sooner now because it's much lighter. I'm going to reel the blue Thaumases outside of the water Nephthys is absolutely shocking. This is a Sinal Splatter. You're getting this to have something because it's better than nothing. At least I think it is. We need better budget-friendly Thaumases in the game that don't look like shit like this. And a great example of the sort of thing that the Thaumast needs is what the guild has in the Stone Cold. This is like a $2 skin, $2.47 at the minute, minimal wear. This is a 0.09 float. Honestly, looks really nice, gets a good bit of shine on it. This is a perfect budget skin where if you're wanting to pay like $2 to $3 across all your skins, say all 15 to like 20 skins that you're going to use, you end up in a really fair place of like $50 spend and loving life. And then quite similar to the Thaumast situation, the MP9 has very, very little options to pick from that aren't super expensive. So we're going to go for the MP9 Goo. It's 50 cent in minimal wear. Again, much like CSGO, I always went for this one as like the neutral skin. You go this with the featherweight. I like the Goo because it's got this kind of like greyish colour in it. So it adds a bit more to it in regards to like colour palette. And I think it's worth the price when it's that cheap. Now, I know a lot of people still go for the Mac 10 ensnared here, but I think paying Factory New 19 cent for this Oceanic in Factory New, especially now you can see the blue stand out a little bit more than they did in the previous game. So again, it's one of those lovely budget options that's worth picking up. And then the final skin I have here is going to be the Justice. This is $4.40 for a Mag 7, which in the grand scheme you might not think is worth it, but honestly, it's one of, if not the best Mag 7 in the game. It's got a lighting upgrade in CS2, which you can see here, how it's flashing on it. And I think this completes the inventory very well in total. Obviously, we had the Overprint and the Bright Water, so the hand wraps Overprint and the Huntsman Knife Bright Water, which was a knife and glove combo, came to $281. And then if you include all the skins, the total becomes about $360, which means you're paying about $70 for all of the skins in here that are nice and blue. So, guys, let me know in the comments down below which skin out of all these was your favorite. I'm probably going to say the frontside Misty's got to be a winner for a lot of people, or the Nightmare M for A1S. If there's any budgets and or themes you guys want to see in CS2 and Spectrum, we're going to do a couple of these videos each week. One on a more budget-friendly area without knives and gloves, and then one with spending a bit more and getting a knife and glove in there. So let me know your thoughts, anything you guys want to see. It would be greatly appreciated. And as always, make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you're around here. Super excited for CS2. Lots of content we can do. So make sure you're around for it. And I appreciate all the support. Catch you in the next one, guys. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.